Hey everyone, it's K.Short here, and welcome to Short Talk Sunday. I really appreciate y'all joining me tonight. I know that y'all could be doing anything else in the world, but y'all are here with me, and I really appreciate that. I never want to miss a moment to express my gratitude, how much y'all are supporting, and how much y'all are just watching and listening to what I have to say. Today, we're going to be talking about life after college, and I think a lot of y'all are going to be thinking about this, but I know that a lot of my audience are still in school, whether it's going to be high school or it's going to be college, and this is something you're going to be thinking about one day soon. Some of you really soon, within the next 7 weeks, and you're freaking out. But I just want to give y'all my experience once again, and like I said, I will only speak for myself and just my experience of being a college graduate. Something I think we all need to recognize is that we're starting from the bottom once again. I've explained this to other people. When you're in kindergarten, you're starting from the bottom and you're the underdog. And then you get to 6th grade and then you're a top dog. Same thing for 7th grade to 8th grade. Same thing for first year in high school to your last year in high school. Same thing for your first year in college to your last year in college. And now we're back at it again. You're technically a first year again in the world of adult life. And a lot of times people aren't going to give a crap about what you did in college. And I'm not going to lie, that's something that it was hard for me to grasp, because I think for myself, I did a lot in college and it was recognized, and but it's recognized within your senior year, and when you get out of college, it's just like, do what you got to do. Life after college. A lot of people think that you're going to get a job after you graduate, and you hear a lot from your peers, you hear a lot from your mentors. A job is not guaranteed anymore. But I think, especially if you're starting off right now, if you're in your first or second years, this is the time where you have to really work hard and make those connections so you do get a job after college. At the end of the day, a job is a job, and recognizing the difference between a job and a career, I think, is really important. For me, if you want to start off in your career right after college, that's great. You get to jump in and you get to do what you've been wanting to do, but at the same time, I feel like if I were to get into my career or get into a very career-based field, it would have taken a lot of my time, and I don't think I would have had the time to really just be a young 20-plus-year-old and enjoy life. And why I say that is because I think I would have taken my work home with me. I have a feeling that I would have went into higher ed, I would have went into education, I would have went into something where it comes to serving the youth. I know that for a fact because I'm so passionate about that. And I would have taken that home with me every single day. I wouldn't have been able to really relax. The weekends would be for my work. So I had the choice to go through a career field where I could, move up and do all that adult life stuff, or I could just get a job. And honestly, at the time when I graduated, I just wanted to get any job just because I knew that I'd have to start paying my loans back, and I knew that I had to start paying bills, and I knew that I didn't want to go back home with my parents. And nothing wrong with that, Mom and Dad, I love you very much, but you all know how very independent I am and how much I love to just do my own thing. I'm never home anyways. And so, like I said, if you want to have a job after college, work hard now, make those connections now, and do what you got to do at the end of the day. I always express in all my videos, when everyone else is resting, that's when you're working. And that's where all of that will pay off. For me, I just got a job. I work at Starbucks. And let me tell you, it's been an experience so far. I definitely have grown a lot since I've been working there. And so I pay the bills. But what I love about that is that when I get to come home, I get to come home and do whatever I want. I get to make these videos. I'm leaving that at work. If that cup isn't being made, that's not my job. I'm done. I'm off. I'm out. And I get to do whatever I want. Like, you see that ukulele over there? Yeah, I picked that up and then I put it back down. That's the nice thing about having a job. You leave it there. It doesn't matter. It pays the bills. And there's nothing wrong with that. Sometimes you just have to go into survival mode. Number 2, bills and exams. I just want to let you know that your exam right now, that's probably the last thing you're going to hear about within the next 2, 3, 4 weeks. You don't even think about it. You all just came back from spring break. I'm sure everything, all those midterms you took before spring break, you don't even care what happened. You didn't even think about it during spring break. Let's be honest. When you get into the real world, you're going to be worrying about those bills, especially for those students who weren't able to pay for school out of pocket and they had to pay loans. Like, those are going to come soon. It's a whole thinking process about how to learn about bills and credit scores and credit cards and insurance and taxes and all this stuff. It is a process. I think the one thing that everyone needs to know is to not be afraid to ask questions. Honestly, I'm that person who's talking to the representative for 30 minutes because I'm just trying to figure out what the heck I'm supposed to do. I ask my roommate, I ask my sorority sisters, I ask anybody that I can ask about how to get this right. But at the same time, I want y'all to realize, because you don't have to worry about those bills, just enjoy college while you can. I think a lot of people really forget that there's exams and stuff and I have to do it right now and I'm so stressed out, but you're not gonna care about it. And so I want you to just enjoy college while you can, and for me, I don't want others to think that college is just to get a job afterwards. College is just so freaking fun that I would go back. I would go back for the experience, not go back for the schooling and all that stuff. I'd go back just to hang out and have a good time, because I do miss those times where I could get up on a Saturday and not have to think about, oh, well, my bill's coming up. So just enjoy it while you can, and recognize that your exams and your midterms and your homework and all that stuff, that's your job. That is your job right now. And if you are privileged enough to, that's the only thing you have to worry about, then just worry about that and enjoy yourself. Get involved in stuff. Do what you got to do. But just have a good time, because once it's over, it's over. And also, another thing that I learned about after college is that we can really live with less. I know when I was in college, I was very concerned about how I dressed and what I wore, but we can really live with less. Working at Starbucks, I only make $9 an hour. I'm not ashamed to say that. I really don't care. But I realized if you add $9 an hour times 8 hours a day times 40 hours a week times 52 weeks, it doesn't equal out to much. But I'm able to live off of that. And so I think a lot of people get caught up in, oh, I gotta make 40K or I gotta make all this stuff. It's like, we really can live with less. A lot of you know that I went skydiving recently for my 24th birthday. That's something that is pretty expensive, but I was able to afford it. We can live with less, and I just want everyone to know that you don't have to be making 50K right when you get out of college. All you have to do is survive and enjoy yourself, if that's what you want to do. That's what I did. Oh, a big one is graduate school pressures. I know for myself, coming from a college town and having a lot of friends and mentors in higher ed, obviously, they highly influence and highly encourage for me to go to graduate school. And it's been really, 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 really tough to say no to them every time, because their opinion does matter to me and I do respect them as mentors and peers and etc. But for what I want to do, I don't need a graduate degree. So if you're in psychology, go for it. Do what you got to do, because I know that degree is tough and it needs a lot of educational training. But for me, I don't need a degree. And for some of y'all, don't go to graduate school because you feel like that's the only option. That's not the only option. And I just want to say that. And it's going to be difficult to say no to that option, because it's such an easy option. Easy in the sense of we're going to continue to be in the same routine that we have been. Not easy in the sense of getting in. I recognize it's difficult. You have to do all these applications and all that stuff. But it's an easy choice because it's something that we've known since kindergarten, you know? And it's tough to face the world and be like, I'm going to stop my schooling right here, and I'm gonna do what I have to do. And that's what I chose. I did receive a lot of, okay, if you say so. As of right now, I feel as a person, as an individual, in my aspirations, that's not for me. And so I just don't want y'all to be pressured into that. It's a great option. I'm not saying it's not a great option. I think it's great, and I would do it if I need it for my career aspirations, but I don't. So I just want y'all to know it's an option. And that's the great thing about life, is that we have options. There's not just one way to get to where we want to be. There's not one way to love. There's not one way to live. There's not one way for anything. You know, there's no black and white answers anymore. And so I just want y'all to know that I'm still alive, even though I didn't choose graduate school, and I'm having a good time while I'm doing it. Feeling those pressures, it's really easy to fall into. And at the end of the day, I think we know what we want in our heart. And I know in my heart, no matter how small it is or how big it is, it says that graduate school is not for me. Me and studying and textbooks and writing, and that's not how I learn. I decided to opt out on that choice because there's other choices. And lastly, if you choose not to go to graduate school, or if you choose to do something else, or if you choose to go to the military, if you choose to do whatever you want, for me, I am just happy to be out of the system. I feel that educational opportunities happen outside of the classroom. And like I tell a lot of my friends, I just want the world to be my classroom. That's where I want to learn from. I want to learn from other people. I want to learn from experiences, different cultures, and all that stuff. And if it means jumping out of a plane to learn that there is more to life than the gossip behind my ear, then I will do it. I think the number one thing that y'all need to know is to not get too comfortable, is to never stop learning, is to never stop growing, to never stop evolving. I think right now, especially because we're in the midst of after college, it's very easy to get comfortable. It's very easy to be with a partner and to get comfortable and get a house and do all that stuff. It's very easy to just work. It's very easy to just go to school. I'm using the incorrect word. It's not easy, but it's easy to get comfortable is what I'm trying to say. And so I think the number one thing, to never stop learning, to never stop growing, to never stop evolving. This is the most important thing I could ever say, life after college. And that's the reason why when I chose what I chose and the decisions that I made and the experiences that I had is because what keeps me pushing is that every single day I want to do better. Every single day I want to learn more. Every single day I just want to wake up a better person than I was last night, and be able to put in that work. At the end of the day, life after college for me is great and it's amazing, and I'm loving what I'm doing and I appreciate what I have and I'm grateful for what I have. And so I just don't want y'all to freak out because life is about to happen. You're going to graduate or you're not going to graduate and you have years to think about. It's going to happen the way that it needs to happen. I just want you to know that. So relax. Enjoy where you're at right now. Be present with your friends and your mentors and your family and your books, and take in all the knowledge that you can. Be grateful for the privilege that you have to be going to school and so much more. But life gets so much better after this. And I just don't want you all to freak out about it because life is great and it's only going to get better from here. I think this is the fun part. We get to enjoy ourselves. We get to explore and we get to discover things. And that's something that's so exciting for me, at least. And I just want you all to know, that's something to look forward to. At the end of the day, there's options, there's choices, and choose the one that you feel is best for you. And you're going to get those pressures from everybody else, from family, from friends, from peers, from everybody. But do what's best for you. Okay? And so I hope you all enjoyed this video. This is just a little bit of motivation for tomorrow, for your Monday. It's Monday again, but don't fear that Monday. It's so many possibilities, so many opportunities. And so at the end of the day, thank you all for watching Short Talk Sunday with me. And I'm K.Short, and make sure to tune in next Sunday.